So, this is a film which is interesting because it's set, I think, 1979. You've got a whole thing with Ronald Reagan being president, and that's kind of in the background but still plays a big part. Annette Bening plays Dorothea. She is a woman who had her son very late in her life. I think she was 40, and she struggles to keep a hold of him, so she has the influence of what's the word? Like a sort of somebody who lives in the house with them. There's a term for it, but I can't remember.
What's someone who...
Lodger. They've got a lodger played by Greta Gerwig. She's a character called Abby. She's a punk. She's very rebellious. She's got very opinionated thoughts on music, on politics. She's a punk rocker, anarchist, rebel at a cause. But at the same time, she's dealing with her own stuff because she finds out that she has cervical cancer and she's fighting that. And then the son... played brilliantly by a kid I can't remember the name of because I can't Google it because the internet here is very slow. And he has this best friend played by Elle Fanning, who they have this weird relationship. They've known each other since they were very young, but they have this relationship where they sleep in the same bed, but it's not a sexual relationship. I kind of think that he wishes it was, but she very much feels like they can't sort of disrupt the friendship. And they've also got Billy Crudup, who was in Jackie, and we've just seen in the Alien Covenant teaser thing, which looks
prequel,
awesome.
Which looks amazing.
And he is this sort of odd job round the house kind of guy who's very much an influence in the house, but not enough to be a father figure. So essentially it's the kid being raised by all men. Interesting film, really well put together, great soundtrack. Annette Bening gives a really emotional performance, but also very funny at the same time. The real star of the show, and it's annoying that I can't Google it because the internet doesn't work, is the kid. If you can find it right in the next minute, then you win something, basically. But it's a film that will evoke a lot of feelings for people who were around at the time.
God damn it, I mean, type 256th century women. It's
fine. As somebody who kind of spent most of my childhood growing up with mostly women, I lived with my mum and my grandma was around.
Jade Zumann.
Remember the name, because I certainly didn't, but that's the kid, Lucas Jade Zumann. He's very, very good.
Zumann.
Very mature performance, very headstrong, does well being like one of the only men in a cast full of women, but I think all of the supporting performances are brilliant as well. I could watch Elle Fanning and Greta Gerwig for days. They're just two very watchable people.
Greta Gerwig is one of my favourite people.
They're brilliant in this film as well. I mean, that's a very muddled selection of thoughts from me as somebody who I saw this a long time ago, but it's really, really interesting, really, really great. It's on the Tyne Cinema this week, and you can see why it was overlooked, because I think it maybe was, but I suppose you can't nominate everything.
What would you have nominated for?
I think Annette Bening for best performance, and maybe Elle Fanning for best supporting as well, and maybe the kid, Lucas, whatever he's called, for best something supporting actor.